Day from 1986 live stream discussion. Why did I go ahead and decide to do this early instead of wait until 6 o'clock? Matter of fact, it is cloudy, storm, rain. Can't do much outside, so I'm here at the house. I decided to let's go ahead and make this live stream right now at 1 o'clock. So, without further ado, here we go. There's no cue cards, or I wouldn't say cue cards, or anything written down. So we're going to go by memory, what I've seen, memory of stuff that I know about the film and everything else, because this is one of my favorites. You do get Amy Steele, and you do get, believe it or not, Biff Tannen, Thomas F. Wilson from Back to the Future, the trilogy. In this film, you also get, let's see here, you get on the cover here, a great cover as well. So definitely one of the things you get. Ken, I think his last name is Alant. I think that's how you say his last name. He was also in the very first Leprechaun movie with Jennifer Aniston. I don't know if you guys can't see it back here. Yeah, you guys can see it right back there. Right back there. It's a little bit dark in the room. Let me turn on the light in here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright. Well, right in the back here, I do got the, I'll show you. Instead of me rambling on and on about it, I got the vinyl record. So I got that. The records are not in there. I actually got them in the protective sleeves and another cover thing like that. But this definitely, it's got a good soundtrack. Good soundtrack. Definitely one of my favorites. If I ever met the cast from this franchise, or not franchise, but if I ever met the cast from this film, I probably would have them sign the vinyl, possibly. That would be really cool. This movie is so unique in so many ways because you got Frank Mancuso Jr., who is the producer, and we all know him from the Friday the 13th franchise. I believe he came in working on Friday the 13th in Friday the 13th Part 3. So it's directed by Fred Walton. Of course, it's Paramount. I mean, as you may know. This did come out. This did come out on 4K. I did not get it on 4K because this is the Blu-ray. Maybe down the road I might pick it up on 4K. We'll have to wait and see. I definitely want to pick up Terror Train on 4K when they come out with that, but that's another topic to talk about at a different time. This whole thing revolves around Muffy St. John. She invites a group of friends that are classmates of hers to her estate, the St. John estate. Basically, they all are going to go on a ferry to get there because that's the only way of getting there is through the ferry. So all of them have never met each other before. All the friends of Muffy's have never met each other before. And it's got a lot of comedy moments in it, too. You know, I love the part where Skip and Art are playing Stretch. What it is, it's Skip takes his knife, throws it down to the ground, and you got to stretch to try to grab it without falling down. And I love that part where Art tries to grab it and falls, and then here's Skip saying, "Round one and the champ," and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to spoil the ending for those of you who have never seen this film before. I'm not going to spoil the ending. I like the ending. I think it's really, really cool. I know Deborah Goodrich-Royce. She has an interview on here on the Blu-ray. I believe she does talk about that they did. It was going to be a different ending and stuff like that, which would have been really, really cool to see. But yeah, the group of friends go on this island and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden there's like a brutal killer out there trying to kill them off. So it's pretty much like the synapse of it all. So, if you had asked me, well, let's talk about setting-wise with the film. I like the fact when the opening starts up and I believe it starts out with Muffy in the basement of the estate, and she's getting stuff cleaned up. And I don't know if that's her mom that comes down there and talks to her, but this is like right around spring break, and she's just getting stuff. Muffy's just getting stuff cleaned up into the basement and stuff. Okay, getting ready for the friends to come on over for spring break. So that is, pretty much the beginning of that film. And then, we cut back and there's like the dock area, and then you got them all lined up and stuff like that. Of course, Chaz is doing the stuff with the video camera and stuff. So you notice, like, when you watch it for the first time, like the beginning of it, like I think it's the Paramount logo, it's like a real small square box, and we already know why. You find out because he's video recording. What's her name? Aurelia O'Shea. I forgot the first name of the character. It's Deborah Goodroyce's character in the film. And then, goes and pans to, I think it was Amy Steele's Kit. Her character named Kit Graham. I think that's what the character's name is. Pans over to her. She passes and whatnot. And then you get the arrival of I can't remember what Kendall Oliphant's character's name is in the film, but then you get him and Harv arrive. Harv's the driver of the car, comes in there barreling through like he's in an action film. It's like, I mean, man, what a grand entrance! And then they're running to get on every ferry, starting to leave, and the ramp or whatever's going up. But the most beautiful shot, I think, is when they're on the ferry and you see the background, the island and stuff, and then there's a scene with Nikki. Yeah, Nikki's the girl's name, Mary O'Reilly O'Shea. That's her short name is Nikki. When she looks up and like, oh my God, and then it pans out to the island where all the trees and stuff is at. You don't see the mansion, but until they start driving on the island and they pull up to it. But I mean, that shot right there when you see the island, I thought that was really, really cool. Now you don't get to see anybody, really getting killed in this film. You don't see that in there. There's a reason why, which some of the films out there, they have off-screen deaths, like Friday the 13th had a couple of them, and like I said, this is almost like Friday the 13th related, because you got Frank McCusa Jr., who was the producer of it. So, you look at the film, and you're thinking, this has got some Friday the 13th vibes to it. Of course, you get Deborah Foreman, who plays Muffy. She was in Valley Girl. It was a real early '80s film. It was one of Nicolas Cage's first films ever. She was in that. I've never seen it. I've heard some YouTubers talk about how good it is and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, she plays Deborah Foreman plays, like I said, Muffy St. John, a very wealthy, comes from a very, very wealthy family. And you can see why, because you're on an island. How many classmates they're living on an island in a big fancy mansion? I mean, how often? But I would love to see somebody do a filming location shot of the island where the mansion's at, because it's an actual real life mansion. I did look it up a couple weeks ago. That's something I think Sean Clark should do. I mean, somebody had to mention that to him, or somebody had to mention to Alvin the Woo about doing a filming location video for that film. That would be pretty cool. I think a lot of us April Fool's Day fans, including myself, would really enjoy that one. You get. I like the connection between Ken and Amy Steele in the film, because they play both. They play boyfriend and girlfriend in the film, and of course they're having, I wouldn't say issues with the relationship. It's just there's one scene in there where his character mentions at the dinner table that I don't know if it's the college coordinator had said something about he lacks seriousness in his profession that he's going into. I guess he's trying to be a doctor or something. So, only when it's got everything together, knowing where he's going to go, is Harv. He's going to be a freaking big time business guy. The guy kind of reminds me like the old West cowboy type country boy look. You know, the one that's in there, you know, in the room, he's smoking a cigar, just mumbling about Muffy St. John this way and that way. He comes across these really, really disturbing newspaper prints about somebody, about I think it was like 6 or 7 people get killed in a fog accident or something. And he takes a cigar out of his mouth, man, just the look on his face. And then when Chaz comes in there, he turns around, looks, and just like he's got the, you know, what the F look on his face, like what the hell's going on here, you know. It's just, and then it's hilarious, you know. It's I think one of the most hilarious things about this film, the thing about it is the chemistry that everybody has in this film. And like I said, I don't know a lot about the other actors, except for like Ken, Tom Wilson, and Amy Steele. Like I said, Ken, I've only seen, the only other movie I saw Ken in was Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston. He plays one of the paint guys. But you know, Tom Wilson, I'm surprised. I mean, when I was a young kid, I didn't know that was Tom Wilson, you know, until later on. I said, yeah, that's Biff. That's Biff Tannen. I was waiting for him to pop up and say, hey, what are you looking at, butthead, in the film? And I'm like, man, I mean, this was right after he filmed the first Back to the Future. Because the first Back to the Future was in '85, and this was in '86. So I'm thinking Tom Wilson had to have been working on April Fool's Day right after he finished up with Back to the Future. So I mean, he was good. I liked him. He was he was a fan favorite of mine in the film, especially the part where he's mocking Nikki. My name is Mary Roger Lachey, and this and that. Well, I'm March Cummings, and I'm here to welcome to the lifestyle of the rich and shameless. I'm here to bed as many women as humanly possible. It's just something like that along the lines. I'm trying to memorize a lot of it, but you know, it's. I mean, the scenes are funny. The music for the film is really good, especially when it's. I'm trying to describe the sound. It kind of. I don't. Have you guys ever heard of a bird called a loon? Okay, it's got, and I can't really show it to you guys right here because I'm filming. I can't on my phone here, but. The loon has like a sound, it's like something like that, and that's what part of the music is. It's got like that echoey sound to it. So that's one of the things that I really, really like about it. And like when I put the soundtrack in on the vinyl player, I just love that sound because it reminds me of the outdoors, reminds me of the nature. That's what it is. Especially when the killer does strike. It's got and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Without spoiling anything more about the film, you do get now if you're into horror films that have comedy in it. This is something for you. I like it. I think it does comedy really well. It's one of those things that I really like. I really like. You know, I mean, you know, you can have horror films that are so dark and so scary, so frightening, and this isn't. I mean, this is a group of students coming together, or a group of classmates coming together, friends coming together to have a good time during spring break at Muffy St. John's, or the St. John Estate with Muffy St. John herself. And it's, you know, it's one of those things that's really, really cool. Now the poster art, I have to say, I do love the poster art. I think this is really, really, really cool. I like the fact that she's got her hair pulled back and like made it into a noose. She's holding the knife right behind her, and then she's got I think it's the champagne or wine glass right there. Speaking of the wine glass, I love that scene when they're all there, and then Muffy pulls this prank on them, and they get ready to after they do the toast, and Anne says some really really cool like it's almost like a Shakespearean quote that she says in the film. Uh, and then they go ahead and drink the wine, and all of a sudden the wine starts coming out. And it was like trick glasses that Muffy put out there. Trick glasses. I love the part though. I do love the part with Art. This is Tom Wilson's character when he goes and sits in that chair, and it flips back on him. It does not once, but I know twice. I don't know if it does it the third time, but I know twice because I know when he's there at the dining room table with everybody, it flips on him. That's I think the second time, I think, or the first time. Yeah, that's the first time. And then the other time is when he's in his room and he sits down and I think he's reading a magazine and the chair flips back on him again. I thought that was really really funny prank on that. The pranks in this, I think the other prank which was really really funny was with Ken Oliphant's character was with the light. Turn off the light, and the light comes on. Turn that light off, the other light comes on. Turn another light on, the light to the lamp where he started that turns right back on. Pretty funny, just very very fun stuff. It's fun practical stuff. Now, if you were to ask me, did they remake this? They did remake it. It was direct to video though. It's April Fool's Day. I believe it came out in not in the 1990s, but 2008, I believe. I rented it, got into like maybe the first couple minutes of it, and I shut it off. This has nothing to do with the original film. It's not really a take on it, but. Yeah, I mean, and this is from Scream Factory or Shout Factory. Scream Factory, Shout Factory, they're both the same thing. So, I'm gonna read the synopsis to you guys. Good friends with some time to kill. When Muffy St. John, Deborah Foreman, Valley Girl, invited her college friends up to her parents' saluted island home for the time of their lives. She just forgot to tell them it just might be the last time of their lives. As soon as the kids arrive on the island, someone starts trimming the guest list one murder at a time. And what starts out as a weekend of harmless April Fool's Day pranks turns into a bloodbath for survival. It's just what you'd suspect from the producer who brought you Body Parts, Species, and 3 of the Friday the 13th films. Now, this thing has got new interviews with director Fred Walton, actors Deborah Goodrich-Royce, Clayton Roner, who plays Chaz, cinematographer Charles Minsky, and composer Charles Bernstein, which he is really good with that score in the film, like I said before. You got theatrical trailer, and you got TV spots. And back in the day when I saw it, I was just a kid. I was probably around maybe 4 or 5 years old at the time. Like I said, I've seen these films when I was very, very young. Of course, I had family who were telling me none of this is real. Nobody's getting killed off. It's just the movies, and that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, like I said, guys. This is a fun film. It's not scary. Of course, what is scary in this film? Really nothing. I think it's hilarious with the scene with Nikki and Harv when they go to the well. I think that scene was hilarious. Especially when Nikki falls right in, and then Harv debates whether he's going to go in there, and he's like, oh shit, and this way and that way, and he goes down the ladder part trying to get her out, and then you see the aftermath of what's down in there and the whole 9 yards, and then it's just, to talk about this film is, without any notes, is probably one of the hardest things to do, guys, because I didn't have a list made out. But who cares? I'm just having fun with making these live streams. I mean, that's all it is to me. You know, it's and I've noticed one thing, maybe a couple things with the poster art. If you guys look at the poster art, like Google it. Now, everybody in this poster art, except for a couple of them, I think Nikki's wearing that top in the film. I think Chaz wears the '88 shirt when they're all out playing soccer in front of the mansion. Of course, Harv's got his suit on. Yeah, everybody in this poster has what they have on. Now, I'm trying to think here. That does not look like Nan, though. It does not look like Nan. But it is, because you got Nikki, you got Chaz, you got Art, you got Harv, you got. I wish I knew what Ken's character's name was. You got Kit, you got Skip, and then you got Muffy. Okay? You look at them, they look what they are like in the film, right? But Nan doesn't look like that in the movie. It's hard to believe it's Nan, though. It's really, really hard to believe. So basically, there's an evil twin out there called Buffy. We're not to be confused by Buffy the Vampire Slayer, okay? We got this evil twin out there, Buffy, they discover. So yeah, so it's really, and they're thinking Buffy is the one that's doing the killing. But I mean, you do, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil the ending. You do find out who it is. So it's like I said, man, it's really unique. But I mean, the thing, that kind of, gets to me though with this film is how good it really is. Now, is it a slasher film? Despite the way the ending is, it is. I would consider it. I'm trying to think what I consider a slasher film. You could call it that way. Some others might think it's a spoof film. Just to hint off, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, spoof. It is it's a trickery film. It says April Fool's Day on the title. So when you think of April Fool's Day, and like I said, it's a good thing I did this video because next week it is April 1st. So yeah, I mean it's a slasher spoof film. That's what I'm kind of gonna. That's what I'm gonna kind of classify it as. It ain't like your scary movie films, which those are comedy films and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean it's. I'm just trying to think what else I can talk about with the film that I haven't covered yet on it. Besides, I think the poster art is awesome. I think the characters are awesome. I love the characters. Now, my favorite character, of course, is Kit, played by Amy Steele. I like that character. And then Art, who is played by Tom Wilson. Those are my two favorite characters in the film. If I had to name a third favorite, I would probably say. Let me see here. I'm trying to think who would be my third favorite character in this film. I would probably say my third favorite character would be Harv, because just the way he is. This guy's got his stuff together. Everybody else doesn't know what they're going to do after college, but he's got his stuff together. He's got everything all ruddy and stuff. And I think Jay Baker plays Harv. I don't think he's ever been in anything else besides it. I'll have probably to go on the Internet Movie Database just to check and see what else he might have been in, but I think this was the only movie that he has ever done. And if you guys want to know who he is, it's Jay Baker as Harb. So, yeah, I mean, those are my three favorites. Kit, Art, and Harb are my three favorites in that entire film. Of course, you know why I like Amy Steele, because I love her. She's my favorite final girl in Friday the 13th. She's my number one favorite. But yeah, you know, with further ado, guys, now what do I have a character? Now, do I have a character that I don't like in the film? No. I mean, I like everybody. You know, I like everybody. I think the casting was great. I think the chemistry was great for everybody. I'm looking down here at the poster. I just can't keep my eyes off of it. But I'm just looking down, just trying to think of something else I can talk about. But I just love this poster art. I mean, I want to know from you guys. I want to know in the comments below, what do you rate this poster art? I'm going to go ahead, 5 being the best, and then 1 being the worst. I'm going to rate it 5, because like I said, this was in the 80s. You had some very, very unique art for the posters for movies in the 80s. And I really, really like it. It is really, really cool. So, just an awesome thing. I don't know how they would get somebody's hair into that. I have no idea. But it really, really is a sight if they can do that. But I think that's, I think they basically drew that in. One of the artists for the posters did, one of the artists for the poster did that, drew that image. There's no way you can get somebody's hair like in that design in real life, I would think, but man, they can. Good job to them, because that would be awesome looking. But yeah, I mean, favorite scene in the film. Favorite scene in the film. We're gonna go all the way back to the ferry when everybody's on there, excluding Muppet, because she's already at the island at the mansion. But the second favorite scene of mine was when everybody's at the dinner table except for Skip. So, you know, Skip's out there doing his thing, you know, blaming the thing what happened to Buck. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I said, guys, it's a fun film. Now, if you guys have not seen this film, definitely try it. I know we don't have any video stores no more. Try your streaming services. If not, you can buy it on there. I know on Fandango, which used to be Vudu, you can actually buy it on there. It might be like $14.99 if you can get it on sale when they have a sale for it. Try it. If you own a copy like I do, whether it's the Blu-ray here or the newly released 4K, definitely go for it. And that's all I got to say about April Fool's Day, man. A fun film, great film. It's one of my fan favorites, and like I said, I really enjoy it. And without further ado, guys, that's all I got to say about that film. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I had a blast doing this. And this is Oracle signing out. Take care. See you guys in the next one.